All right, good morning, traders. Today is August 16th, 2024. Happy Friday. Good morning to all my visitors here. Today is an open house for the BYOB trading room. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning is 549.18. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five remain in daily downtrends. All made higher highs and higher lows, and closed underneath closed over bullish traps and over their 17 EMAs, coming dangerously close to taking out that downtrend. SPY closed with a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend. Gold still in an uptrend, made a lower high and a lower low, closing over a bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. Silver still in a downtrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish trap over a falling 17 EMA. UNG still in a downtrend, made an outside day. Wait, I think UNG is in an uptrend. Let me revisit. I'll have to revisit that when we look at that. Pretty sure UNG started an uptrend. UNG made an outside day, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. USO in an uptrend, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. And US dollar index is in a downtrend, closing near the 103.04 area. All right, let's take a look at SPY first. Here's our chart of the SPY. And you can see this is yesterday's price action. All right, now overnight price action went up there and tagged pretty close to that high. Not quite the high, but they tagged close enough to call it, challenging the breakdown candle high right there, okay, in the overnight action. All right, yesterday's price action, higher low, higher high. You can see if we took out that high, we would have been in an uptrend. Now, they didn't get it in the overnight action. We didn't get it yesterday. We came close, but we didn't get it. All right, so here's SPY, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA, trying to turn this thing around. So there's SPY on the daily chart. Look at it on the 2-hour, and what do we got? All right, we got price and the 3, which is the yellow line, up over the 8. All three of them over the 17. We have a 2-hour uptrend. The shaded section would be the pre-market, post-market. You can see we have all three. We got a yellow on top of the white. We got air in between. That's an uptrend right there on the 2-hour chart. On the 10-minute chart, you're going to have to squint to see this one. But right there, ever so slightly, the yellow line is up over the white one. We have a 10-minute uptrend going into close yesterday. We got a 10-minute downtrend right now, but ever so slightly at the last minute. Now, yesterday was a trend day. You can see here on the 10-minute, you've got air between the 3 and the 8. That's the yellow line, and the 8, which is the white line. You got air all the way up there, a little pullback, didn't even make it to VWAP. You notice right here, a little cross, but then they cross back over. Again, more air. Then they cross again, cross back over, coming into the close for a little mini thriller trade right there at the end of the day. So got a trend day. Now, if you put this on the 15, you can see air the whole way through, all the way to the last candle on the 15-minute chart. Air all the way up, 3 on top of the 8 on the 15-minute chart. So there's SPY. Nice trend day yesterday. They bullied all day long. Nice work. Okay, expecting some consolidation this morning. You know, what I want to see is price move up and then move over to the right. Same thing we did here. We move up and then we moved over to the right. So on the 14th, you can see pretty much nothing but consolidation. Here we are going up and then moving over to the right. I'm expecting, again, more consolidation today. a possible pullback to the backside of this downtrend line. We'll see if they want to take that and take care of that. Let's put in the 2-day anchored VWAP so we can see where price kind of winds up. That would have been the 2-day anchored VWAP for that day, and let's move it up to right there. All right, so there's the 2-day anchored VWAP. All right, so we're looking at that. Underneath that, probably going to be a bear. Underneath that, we'll see what happens. My SPY pivot right up here, 549.18, I think. 549.18. Above that, I'm a bull. Below that, I'm a bear. All right, so we get below that, probably going to do the gap fill thing all the way into the downtrend line. They may even go a little further and go after the all-time high anchored VWAP. So we'll see what they want to do there. That's a 15-minute chart. All right, so let's skip this for right now, but let's look at the daily just one more time so you can see that price action after 9 days up, back up to that breakdown candle high. So remember that. Breakdown candle high are targets. Okay? Obviously a target right there. Breakdown candle high. Okay, so we'll see what happens today with that. Today is options expiration Friday. We'll have to take a look at that. All right, let's go look at the other indices. And I got to say, they all look the same. All right, so you'll see me run through them fast. They're all pretty much, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. All right, but they're all still in downtrends. All right, so let's go through them real quick. QQQ. Okay, high here is 475.55. High here is 475.66. Okay, so my mistake. QQQ starts an uptrend. Am I right? 555.55 and QQQ 575.66. QQQ now in an uptrend. All right, so QQQ just broke the top of that candle there. So QQQ now in an uptrend. All right, so that's nice for QQQ. See what happens with that. FNGU. See what's happening here. Okay, so this would be yesterday's candle. Right there, the 15th. Not yet. This morning's price action. Let's just look at it real quick. High here, 429.72. High here, 427.34. No cigar. All right, so FNGU still in a downtrend. So far, QQQ is the only one that broke it, and they're the only ones in an uptrend. SPY did not take out the high. All right, so they're still in a downtrend. Okay, let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow's got to break this high right here. And you can see they didn't make it. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Diamond Dow still in a downtrend. Isn't it strange how quickly they brought it down and then ripped it back up? All right. That was a whole lot of unnecessary pain. Okay. Now, why would they do that? Okay. Unless they're going to go higher. I'm just saying, why would they do that unless they're going to go higher? To do all this work right there and not go higher doesn't seem right to me. I'm just saying, all right? That's my opinion. Right there. So there's Diamond Dow, IWM. All right, IWM is still in a downtrend. All right. We took out that low, that low, that low, that low, and that low, and this low right here. Okay, so still in a downtrend until we take out this high. IWM, yesterday's price action, again, same as the others, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. So we got a falling 17, IWM closed on top of it. All right, T2122, we spent our day yesterday knocking on the door of the overbought zone. So we can see us right here chomping around at the line right there. spent a little time in, got tossed out, went back in, got tossed out. All right, so right here in the overbought zone. Nice work on T2122, putting in a higher low and then consolidation. Well, another or a higher high and then consolidation. T2123. All right, we got green from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, closing up over this 200 SMA. I like that. All right, I'd like to see them consolidate. All right, a little consolidation would be fine with me here. All right, now I'm starting to see the gaps on the bottom. I'm liking that. Before they couldn't even fill gaps. So we got some open gaps here and here, okay? Now we got some open gaps on the bottom. I'm starting to like this now. Like to see some consolidation and then a move up to the upside. We'll see what they want to give us. It's T2123 15-minute chart. Now we're going to hit the same one. All right, and this is the 3-bar chart. Yesterday, all right, you can see us starting to pinch the price action and the falling 17. Well, yesterday we put in 3 green candle bars right up there, up over. Looks like a slightly rising 200 SMA there. Okay, just remember about 20 days ago, right there, we were making new all-time high. That was a new all-time high for T2123. So here's a move up and a bullish flag over. Just don't like that middle finger up there, but all in all, that's a nice bull flag except for that. All right, that's T2123 on the FNGU. Green from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. All right, so you can see a move up and then consolidate over to the right. Maybe a little more consolidation and a breakout would be nice. We'll see what they want to do. Kind of breaking the downtrend almost, but not quite. Haven't got a higher high yet. Need a higher low and a higher high. That's a 15-minute chart of the FNGU. All right, so now let's go back and take a look at a few sectors. First one I want to look at is UNG, because I think I need a correction made here. This is yesterday's price action was 1522, and the high there 1520. Yes, UNG is no longer in a downtrend, just as I suspected. UNG is in an uptrend. Yesterday's price action was an outside day with a higher high and a lower low, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. So UNG, uptrend, all right? USO, also uptrend because they took out that high, made a higher high. USO, uptrend. Yesterday's price action, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. Falling out of bed this morning, that's for sure. All right, GLD, uptrend. That is the all-time high right here. Okay, we are knocking on the door of the all-time high for the GLD. You can see us trying there and there and there. Starting to see a wedge form right through here. You guys can see that, right? I think this wedge has a breakout to the upside. Start looking at some GLD for a nice breakout to the upside. I think that's going to happen. We'll see what happens, but I think that's going to happen. That's looking really promising, really. All right, GLD yesterday, price action, lower high, lower low, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. So, GLD, uptrend. Target for GLD, here's my measured move target. Let's just go out to there. Let's drag this down a little bit. Target for my GLD, 252.80. All right, 252.80 is the measured move. We'll see how that works out. Let's take a look at SLV. Here's SLV on daily chart right here. SLV is in a downtrend. Why? Because it made lower highs and lower lows. If SLV takes out this high, they will have an uptrend. All right, they challenged this. See this valley right here, the bottom of that valley. They challenged that yesterday. They were up around 2610. 2602 right there. The bottom is 2609. So you can see they almost touch there. Maybe we get some more today. All right. Anyways, silver, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA, and over the 17 EMA. So silver's still in a downtrend, but trying to fight it off. All right, we'll look at a few sectors. First sector, SMH. This is the semiconductors. All right, semiconductors, the high. I got to look. High is 247.69. 247.34, not quite. 247.61 this morning. All right. 7 more cents and they could have made it. All right. SMH still in a downtrend till they take out that high. All right. They're coming close. 9 days up in a row. Maybe 10. 10 made it. See the 10th day? That's today. Made a higher high already. All right. So SMH in an uptrend. All right. So there's SMH. Let's take a look at XLK. XLK is in an uptrend right there. SMH still in a downtrend, but it's coming close. XLK is in an uptrend because they took out this high. All right, so XLK in an uptrend with a little higher low and a higher high closing over the bullish trap. So XLK is in an uptrend. XLI has to take out that high to be in an uptrend. All right, so XLI needs to take out the high. Coming close, but no cigar yet. All right, XLI still in a downtrend. XRT, that's our retail sector. It's got to take out this high to be in an uptrend. XRT recovering over 50% of that pullback. See that? That's the midpoint. Recovering over 51%. XRT. Still in a downtrend till they break the high. All right, that's XRT. Let's take a look at XLF. These are our financials. Financials in a downtrend till they take out the high. Right up there. Got to take out the high. XLF, almost no cigar yet, but XLF still in a downtrend. So we got, on the energy side, we got nat gas just turned an uptrend. We got crude oil petroleum USO, that just turned an uptrend. We've got QQQ in an uptrend. These are all new uptrends. When we got XLF, no, XLF is not in an uptrend. We got technology, XLK, also in an uptrend. We got SMH dangerously close, within 9 cents of making an uptrend. Not too much further, it could make it. All right, now let's take a look at IYT. All right, technology usually leads us out of these little pullback, depression, recession things. IYT broke this low, this low, this low, and this low. Okay, so that put us in a downtrend. If they take out this high, we'll be in an uptrend. Yesterday's price action was a higher low and a higher high, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Taking out that high would put transports in an uptrend. Right now, on the Trinity, all right, you need semiconductors, which is SMH. We don't quite have it, but we're 9 cents away. We were 9 cents away earlier this morning. XLF, financials, again, not far to go, all right? But we don't quite have the uptrend yet. Okay? And then we've got the IYT. This is the transports. Not quite yet. Again, everybody's close, but no cigar yet. Nice to have a robust rally. You need to have like the semiconductors. You kind of want the financials with you, and you definitely want the transports, because the transports is what's moving all the materials around. So when the transports are making money, all right, the market should be making money. All right, because they're moving all the basic, the raw materials, the finished materials, the completed goods. They're going to the warehouses, to the box stores to be put on a shelf to sell. All right, so you need those transports making money. All right, so they're not quite there yet. All right, so like to take out that high. They were in a long downtrend right here. Okay, like to see them recover that. Surprised they made this lower low right down here, but I think that's the end of their going down for a while, and I think we got 8 or 9 months of just going up from here. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's the transports. Let's take a look at the economic calendars. All right, so on the economic calendar, earlier this week on Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning, that was the main event for this week. That was CPI, and that came out at 8:30 in the morning. All right, yesterday we had a whole lot of data. All right, we had jobless claims, retail sales, manufacturing indexes, import-export prices, industrial production, business inventories, housing market index. Okay, a whole lot of data came out yesterday, but nothing's going to top the CPI. All right, that's the core inflation. So that was the main event this week, was Wednesday. Next week, if FOMC meets on Wednesday, if they do an announcement at 2 p.m., that will be the main event next week, all right? Unless, of course, there's some big cap earnings, which I'm pretty sure are all over with, because that's why I'm pretty sure you saw, all right, this huge shakeout on the SPY, all right? Why? Because there was very little economic data coming out on these 2 weeks here, okay? And then on top of that, all of the big boys seem to have been reported already. All right, so you had this big shakeout. All right, nothing was really wrong. We didn't have any pandemic breakout here in the USA. All right, we didn't go to war. Nothing big happened. Okay, it was just a lack of economic data and a lack of earnings to disrupt their plan, and they brought it down and ripped it right back up. I think they're going up for higher highs. That's what I think. We'll see what happens. So there's SPY on the daily. And let's go back. We've got the economic data. We were looking at that. We'll drag that back up here. Here we go. It's coming up. It's coming up. All right. For today, we got very light day. Very light day. Consumer sentiment at 10. Housing starts and permits at 8:30. That's in about 4 minutes. A rig count at 1 o'clock. That happens almost every Friday. And then Mr. Goolsby speaks, and that's almost every Friday too. I think he speaks at one of the colleges or the universities. Okay, so that's it for economic data this week. Okay, going to be a light day today, but don't forget it's options expiration Friday. Earnings for today. What do we got for earnings Friday? Okay, nothing that's going to rock and roll the markets at all. Okay, everything's light. Everything's going to be easy. Some notable names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. Monday, Palo Alto, 111 billion. They report after the close. All right. Tuesday, Lowe's is going to report 135 billion. And then we got Medtronic, 104 billion. That's going to be when the market opens on Tuesday. Okay. So 135 billion, 104 billion. Again, probably not going to move the markets at all. This is not your $5 trillion companies like Apple or some of the big ones there, Google. Okay, Wednesday, TJ Maxx is going to report. Analog Devices is going to report. Both of them at the open. TJ Maxx, 123 billion, 106 billion for Analog Devices. Again, some familiar names: Macy's, Zecker, Urban Outfitters. You guys know all these. They're all familiar names, but they're not going to move the markets like the big boys do. All right, so there's the earnings calendar for today and a little bit into next week. For Max Payne, let's see if we can get it. Max Payne for today is 542, which we're a ways away from max pain. But, oh my gosh, look at the put to call ratio. We have over 3 puts for every call. I'm just saying there could be a short squeeze. And this is regarding the puts and calls that are going to expire today. We could see a short squeeze. I'm not positive, but I do want to say we did hit and spike that downtrend line. See how far we spiked it? Right up there. All right, so we'll see what we want to do. Could be a gap fill today. They may just consolidate over to the right. Who knows what they're going to do today? All right, again, over 3 puts to every call. If they short squeeze it, we could see new highs. We'll see that. So that's SPY. So here in the BYOB room, all right, we got the pivot, all right? This is the pivot, 549.18. On a 10-minute uptrend, okay, over the pivot. Okay, we're looking for a 10-minute uptrend over the pivot. All right? When I see green erase red, that's my signal to get in. All right? Now, we are up into resistance. The chances are of that working pretty slim. But we'll know soon if they start to squeeze those puts. All right? We could see a really big rise up to, I don't know, 560. We'll see what happens. I mean, we got as high as, look at this, 554 in the overnight session. All right? Now, keep in mind, the all-time high is 565. That's $11 away. All right? The 10-day ATR yesterday was $11. Okay? So, we were within 1 day, all right? One day of the ATR, okay, of tackling the all-time highs. Keep that in reference. All right? All-time highs, 565. We're at 554. All-time high is 565. See right there? 565. Okay? We're at 554. 1 day would bring us all the way back up to the all-time highs if the ATR was $11 yesterday. Okay, so it's $9.80. Well, you take 554 and add $10 to it, you know, you're at 564. Okay, that's pretty darn close to the all-time high. So just to put that into reference, we're within striking distance of the all-time highs up here. I think we're going for 580, maybe even 600. We'll see. If we can get those big boys on board, we could see it. All right, so that's the plan this morning. All right? Under this, red erases green. All right? I'm a bear to fill gap. All right? We'll see what happens. All right? But we could see a short squeeze later today. I don't know. They're giving them an out right now, but if they do it during the market, that'll give them an out. And the short squeeze won't be as powerful. So we'll see what happens. All right? So I'm going to take questions in the room. All right? If there's no questions, I'm going to render my video and get it all posted up. All right? So other than that, I want to say good morning to all the latecomers that came in right now.